This guy says Justin Jefferson would make the 49ers so much better. Unfortunately, that's not how it works due to net marginal utility. So, for example, the 49ers throw it 33 times per game. That is a function of intent and scheme, yes, but largely it's a function of game flow, field position, and things not totally in your control. For reference, the Rams managed to throw it about 35 times per game, and the Bengals with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they're able to throw it about 37, 38 times per game. That is about the upper cap. That is really close to what the physics of the game allow. So the 49ers are not that far off from the upper limit. Bringing in Justin Jefferson will only get you to about 36. It'll take that number of 33 passes per game. It'll bring it up to 36 passes per game, which means when you don't get Justin Jefferson's like 10 catches, 180 yards or whatever. What you actually get is like 3 extra pass attempts per game and 1.5 extra catches. And the nature of those catches are different. A lot of those catches will be contested catches, or Justin Jefferson will get open in ways that Juwan Jennings cannot. But the net output is not that different due to net marginal utility, which, by the way, is why a lot of GMs don't trade high draft picks for big name wide receivers. And when they do, it rarely ever works out. This is why. Now, I'm sure the arguments would be like, what about the red zone? I'm sure R-worded 49ers content creators will say, what about the red zone? Oh my God, Justin Jefferson is so good in the red zone. Oh, can you believe it? The defenses will do everything to stop him, so CMC and George Kittle will be wide open in the end zone. Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, okay? The physics of the game limit your red zone opportunities. You're only going to get between 4 and 5 red zone opportunities per game. And you're going to score, if you're a good offense, like the 49ers were a good offense, you're going to score about 60% of the time. I think the 49ers actually hit like 65%, if I'm not mistaken. The Eagles, with the tush push, they're basically unstoppable in that scenario. They managed to hit 70%. So even if everything works out perfect, Justin Jefferson can only take you from 65% to 70%. And what does that mean? That means you're going from 2.5 touchdowns, red zone touchdowns per game, to 2.8. That's what you get. You get 0.3 extra red zone touchdowns. And I'm not minimizing that. That's like a lot. That's incredibly important. But it's up to you whether you think that's worth $35 million, whether that money could be, whether that salary cap can be allocated better. I would say no. I would say that doesn't make sense. Partly because what we're talking about here is like the best case scenario. What we're talking about is the best case scenario. In reality, this is not what happens. In reality, what happens is CMC, George Kittle, and Trent Williams, who are injury prone and have been injured every single year, are another year older with another year of high usage. So they're going to get injured. I told you last year they were injured. I'm telling you now, they're going to get injured. Nick Bosa, because he always gets injured. Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. That's the problem with having like old ass expensive players, dude. They're going to fall apart injury wise. They're going to get injured. So the offense is actually going to be Justin Jefferson getting Jake Tonjes open. That's what the offense is going to be. Oh, look at Justin Jefferson drawing all this attention and getting Demarcus Robinson open. That's what the offense is going to be. In fact, it's actually going to be worse than it was this past year. This past year was already pretty good, and it's going to be worse under that scenario. So I'm just saying the rational move here is to get younger and cheaper and distribute injury risk. That is the rational, smart thing to do. Okay, let's look at some watch identification. Here is Kenny Smith wearing what looks to me like a steel Panda Daytona 17K at retail, but you can't get it at retail, you'll have to go gray, in which case you're looking at around $28K for a white steel Panda Daytona, reference number 116500. Actually, I don't know. That could be 126500. Now here's Aaron Judge wearing what looks like, I mean, there's not enough pixels. I can't be certain. It could be a day date, but it looks to me, if I had to guess, like a humble 41 millimeter smooth bezel Datejust, reference number 126300 on Jubilee bracelet. That's $9K at retail, but probably not a very long waiting list for that item. Depending on the dial you want, you could probably just walk in.